The cold came late that fall, and the songbirds were caught off guard. Instead of already having flown south, they were huddled in people's yards, their feathers puffed for some trace of warmth.
Descending on this area.
That brisk September day, it seemed the world stood still. At the university, we all were overcome with a terrible sense of fear, hysteria, and confusion.
Second play.
I just see a plane go in. That just exploded.
I just saw another plane.
It was winter now, and I was looking for a job. I had received a phone call from a woman named Sarah, and I had agreed to meet her for an interview. Little did I know that this decision would alter the rest of my life. When I arrived at their house, I immediately noticed the gate. Although opening it seemed tidy and familiar, their gate seemed to represent someone's ill-disguised problems, fixed in a makeshift fashion, ready to collapse.
I'm Sarah Brake.
I was not used to being looked at close up, not used to the thing I was looking at looking back. I had always felt as hidden as a hole in a berry, and such hiddenness was not without its advantages.
We're adopting a baby in 2 weeks, and that's why we're looking for a sitter.
Congratulations.
Why, thank you. Everyone that I mention it to at the restaurant acts peculiar and quiet. They think I'm too old.
That made me wonder if she was too old. Did she have a husband to help her? And if she did, where was he?
Oh, my husband thinks the same thing, but he works too much, and he won't have to be as involved as you or I. Hi, is this Tassie?
Yeah, it is.
This is Sarah Brink. I wanted to get back to you as soon as possible before you accepted a job offer from someone else. I've talked it over with my husband, and we'd like to offer you the job.
Oh, thank you.
The problem is the job starts today. We're going to Green Bay to meet a birth mother, and we'd like you to come with us.
Well, yes, I think that'd be okay.
So you accept the position?
Yes, well, I guess I do.
Hi. Sarah told me you'd be coming. And no, Edward?
Next time.
Did you guys bring the papers?
I have them right here. Perfect.
So, here's our little girl.
Oh, she's beautiful.
She'll darken up, of course.
Not like that's a problem.
Well, I didn't mean to suggest that it was a problem. I just think people should understand. I have a biracial son, myself, and he has been raised with a sense of total racial blindness. It's a beautiful thing.
That sounds like a beautiful thing. What do we know about the birth parents?
The mother is completely white and the father is half black. Are you ready to meet the birth mother, Bonnie?
Hi, I'm Bonnie. So have you met my daughter yet?
No, we've only seen pictures, but she looks very beautiful.
Well, she is. But I want her to be raised in Catholicism. I just want the best for my little girl.
Of course.
I don't know what came over me, but it seemed we were all a team of rescuers and destroyers both, and I was in on it, and I had to do my part.
Well, I guess we're done here then.
All right, we'll be back shortly. We'll just discuss a few things.
The baby was beautiful. Her skin was dark and smooth. Her given name was Mary, but we called her a variety of names. Sarah called her Emmy, but I preferred Mary Emma. And so the weekly meetings got their start. Every Wednesday evening, I would be upstairs with the children. Most were biracial or multiracial families that Sarah and Edward knew thus far in Troy. And amid the shared stories of public school biases and gang statistics, remarks would waft up through 2 floors, out of earshot of the kids, but if I strained, I could hear.
All right, where are we now? How did we get onto this?
What? Would someone like more wine?
At this point, we could use a little gin.
Well, even the Indians got a few casinos.
We discussed that already.
But no one in Africa or here ever received reparations from anyone.
Is that true?
Racial blindness is a white idea.
How dare we think of ourselves as social experiment?
How dare we not?
In our sequestered nursery behind and above the baby gate at the stairs, there was scarcely an argument.
This whole town is racially inexperienced, and so there is racism on the ground floor of everything.
Including this house. No offense, but you can't exclude anything.
I understand.
Your sense of humor is too dark.
Don't say dark, it's racist.
Have you ever noticed that when people say, I'm not racist, you instantly know they are?
If 2 things fall in the forest and make the same sound, which is a tree?
I rarely understood what they were talking about, but it seemed to me that the world would be better off if everyone was colorblind. with no sensitivity to race or skin pigments. I began taking Sufism at the university. Soon it became less and less about the class and more about the Brazilian sitting next to me. I continued to sit next to him, and we had random conversations about irrelevant topics. It seemed as though I began to dress for him too, relying mostly on a new gray-brown sweater dress I had bought. Things were going really well between us.
Teach me some Portuguese.
Agora vou a dormir, bambino.
Agora vou a dormir, bambino.
I repeated and rehearsed at home and even taught Mariamma. The phrases could have been Etruscan for all I knew.
Repite, negro, blanco.
Negro, blanco.
Me gusta naranja.
Me gusta naranja.
I learned much later it was actually Spanish with some Italian thrown in. None of it was Portuguese at all.
I'm actually not from Brazil.
You're not?
Of course he wasn't.
Why? Where are you from?
Hoboken, New Jersey.
Hoboken? Like Frank Sinatra?
Actually, the very first revolution was fought in New Jersey. You are an innocent girl, though you are not pure.
What happened to your voice? How are you speaking without contractions?
When you find out who you are, you will no longer be innocent.
Well, how about I find out who you are first? You're a Hadi, some sort of jihadist.
Jihad is not wrong. What's wrong is wrong.
Well, thank you for that Islamofascist lecture, holy warrior.
I suddenly felt like an old Indian chief, one who sees that the world has changed irrevocably. 2 days later, I got a call from my brother Robert.
Hey sis.
Oh, hey Robert, what's up?
So I'm flunking out of school right now, and I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of my life. I feel like the army would be the best option right now.
Sorry, Robert, I can't talk right now. I'm really tired. I gotta go to bed.
Okay, maybe later. Bye.
I knew the army was the wrong choice for him, but somehow I couldn't find the words to tell him.
I have something to tell you. My name used to be Susan and Edward was John. We had a son named Gabriel. One day Gabriel was misbehaving in the car, and John made him get out at a rest stop and sit on a bench. John drove away and got back onto the freeway. By the time we got back, Gabriel had wandered into the street and was hit by a car. We never had to go to jail, but we moved 1,000 miles west and changed our names. Our past is caught up with us now, though, and Roberta is coming to take Emmy away.
I felt like my world was crashing down.
Hi, you probably don't remember me. I'm Roberta Marshall from the adoption agency.
I remember. Hi.
Hi, is Sarah there?
Yeah. Do you want me to go get her?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Sarah, Roberta's here. She came already? I can't believe she came today.
Hi, Sarah. Hi, Mistress Mary.
You didn't make it clear you were coming today.
I'm sorry, I thought you understand. Legally, your time is up as foster parents, and if the adoption papers aren't finalized, we'll move to the next couple in line. Which means
what?
Which means that Mariamma has to be moved into the foster care that we used. Just for the time being, at least.
Why can't we be the foster care?
Law doesn't allow it. Mariamma, come with me for a ride.
What are you doing? Don't touch her.
Don't make this a tug of war. This is already difficult for her.
Do you have a car seat?
Defeat was coming over her.
Okay, well, I'll walk her out to the car. I won't have you just snatching her in the doorway.
Mama, where are we going? Are we going for a ride? Mama! Hi, Mama!
I couldn't believe what Sarah had done. Hello? Hey, Dad, what's up? Robert's dead? What do you mean Robert's dead? Okay. I'll be home soon. When I got home that night, I discovered an old email from Robert from before he went to war. At the time, I had ignored it, but now I opened it. I knew I would never forgive myself for Robert's death. I would never forget anything that had happened to me that year. Sarah Robert Ronaldo. I was changed irrevocably.
Hi, you probably don't remember me.
People! Do you see this? Do you see this?
Hi, you probably don't remember me. I am.
No, I'm not ready. It's just opening the door. It's so hard.
You see, intelligence beyond repair, but